Damn, my phone's going nuts. Double German. Phone's the best.
And we're in there. It is Super Desperation Radio. I Play Winners, longest running podcast and Slammy Award winning for all the categories.
It was close.
We just swept the whole thing.
We're casting to you live up in the nosebleeds at Oakland Coliseum. my nose must be pretty bloody because, God,
it was all over the field,
sitting
man.
in the seats crying.
I think my brain just like popped and the blood just running out.
That was at the end of the game, of course.
Yeah.
So first pass of the game was an interception, I hear?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
The first and last pass in the game from the Niners. Interceptions.
Well done. Well played.
18 mil, 9.9.
This is what you get when you pay a legit trash can to throw balls. This is what happens.
Well, at least he's a legit
hey.
trash can, right? Like, you know, like there's been a lot of illegitimate trash cans that got more money than that, and some of them played for the Raiders.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course, because it's illegitimate.
Let's talk about something really relevant. Poor Mark Sanchez lost.
Yeah.
He had one job.
And that was just to eat the chicken tenders and win.
They're good.
But
It's okay. They're still 9-4.
So here's how I figure it: is that if if Kaepernick's a dumpster, then obviously the Raiders are trash bags because they were just going in him.
exactly. Thank you.
God
This is what
damn it.
I was telling some people yesterday. Now, here's the greatest thing about the game yesterday. So the Raiders doubled their win percentage. Okay, they just doubled their wins. Think about that. In the middle of the season, they doubled their wins.
You were such
They
a
got 2 times more
scumbag.
wins than they already had. Okay?
You are such. You said you were going to wait till later to talk about this.
Yeah, who cares? And
Oh my
on
God!
top of that, they beat the Niners. Okay, which is great. That's all I wanted from the season, just to beat the Niners. It happened, but you know what's so good about this? The Niners aren't making it to the playoffs because the Raiders whooped their asses. By the Raiders whooped their asses, I mean the Raiders had an additional man on the field. His name was Colin Kaepernick, and
God.
this is the first time ever I have seen a football game where one team.
I think the stream died. Wow. It didn't even give me a chance.
Comcast is terrible. Comcast is the
Comcast heard you talking shit.
Wouldn't find out.
Comcast is Colin Kaepernick of the
You know,
internet.
though the good thing is, I mean, at least if we're gonna drop the show, we dropped it in the first minute or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And it was just me going on like, hey guys, the Niners are shit. Colin Kaepernick is a trash can. The Raiders are great. Even though, you know, 2 and 10 million or some shit right now? I'm okay with this. Raiders.
We'll trade Kaepernick for Carr. How about that?
No, I will not trade Kaepernick for Carr. Hell no. And Chris, you know about this. The Niners coach wants to come to the Raiders?
He does?
Yeah.
When the hell did that happen?
Like, he's been saying this in interviews. Like, the Raiders are showing interest in him, and he's like, yeah, hey, you know, I wouldn't mind doing it. The Raiders.
What?
might
No way. There's no way Harbaugh's talking about going to the Raiders seriously.
He's coming to the Raiders, man.
Like why? Because the one game that they won against us in the last 5 years.
Oh, no. He's been saying this for, like, the past week or so.
Honestly, though, like, I think that Harbaugh's attitude will totally make him a good fit.
Yeah.
Oakland gets fired up, you know?
That's true. They definitely appreciate the Stark raving lunacy.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that Gibby's humming King of Wishful Thinking over here, just like
Oh, I
dancing
personally
to
don't.
himself.
Yeah, I personally don't give 2 shits if he shows up or not. I'm just saying, like, hey guys, look, we whooped your ass, and now we're gonna take your coach. That's
Damn.
bad. Also, the Raiders are dominating the overall standings between the Raiders and Niners. They're winning by 1 game.
Ooh, domination.
Just pure domination right there. But you guys were at the game. You guys were there with our good buddy Random Llama.
Right.
Yes.
Shout out to Random Llama for getting us the tickets, by the way.
Yeah, great.
Broadway Jose.
Broadway Jose, the man behind all the ST cabs you see at Evo, pretty much.
Oh, nice.
And he's a Jets fan, right?
He is
Yes.
a Jets fan, so the entire time he was just glad that they weren't playing the Jets.
Yeah. So how was it at the actual game? You guys have fun? You guys talk shit?
I had a good time. I mean, I wanted to talk shit, but it was just like we started losing so early. I was like, oh man.
I had to eat that humble pie quick, like before the half. We're just
Dude, I shit you not. It got to the point where like every time we got a flag, like in our favor, I was like, good show. All right.
Someone flipped a coin out there somewhere. A butterfly effect.
God damn it. And as it went on, it just slowly crept up on us. And, at one point, like, the whole Oakland Raider fans were getting so hyped that I was like, dude, we can't win now. Because if we win now, it's going to be bedlam.
And then the players on the field are just, like, working the crowd so well. Like, God, they legitimately were just, like, dancing around and getting everybody all hyped up. So.
Yeah.
There would have been a difficult situation.
There would have been a real riot afterwards if we would have just pulled it out of our ass in like the fourth quarter. And
such a catch-22 game too. That's like, hey, we beat the Raiders. Hey, it's like, oh, so what? We're 1-10 right now,
No. See, this is the thing. Like legit fans wouldn't say that. Like we wanted to win. Like diehard Raider fans wanted the Raiders to win. If we lost, like shit, we lost to the goddamn Niners. These shitty. Fuck the Niners, shit like that. And
you guys actually lost
Chris,
to a shittier version of the Niners.
No, we didn't. We beat the Niners. Chris, put this up. This is what was a photo that was taken on the field during the game.
Oh boy.
Of one Colin Kaepernick. It's probably him at his best moment in the game.
Did he find some of the chicken tenders?
No, sadly for him, he did not. I'm sure if he found the chicken tenders, he probably would have played a better game. But
you know what? A really important lesson from this game that we can take away is that pointing is rude. People don't point to the sidelines. You might get a personal foul.
What the hell was that, dude?
He pointed.
Taunting. Personal foul. God. Look at this shit, man. I don't even know what to think of this.
They're gonna stop selling fucking, giant like foam fingers because it's just rude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't your mom tell you it's rude to point? I mean,
I guess it is, right? I guess that's what she was talking about. It was like, hey, you might get a penalty if you point at somebody.
Yeah.
I really love this picture. He's a trash can, a legitimate trash can. Like people don't see it, but then when you take photographs of him, this is what pops up.
He's extremely top heavy. That's why all his throws are off balance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, all his throws are off balance because he's throwing when he shouldn't. He's like, no one's spin, but I could run up the gut and maybe get a first down. Let me ruin it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw it to the side.
Here's what happened on every play where he had a lane to run. He'd see the lane. He's like, okay, I'm going for it. And then like the Raiders would converge on him, and he would still like have plenty of room to get some yards. But instead of just getting the yards, he would go for like the fucking forward running pass that nobody ever catches, and he turned 4 yards into 0.
You see, what he should have
magic is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, he basically magically turned 4 yards into 0, and I don't know how you can turn something into nothing. It's like
what
that's
he
biblical.
should have been doing from the beginning is, and this isn't a joke. Like serious shit. If they just had if like you guys had a better ground game, probably would have won.
Yeah.
Like you just hand it to
Wait,
Corey.
are you being sarcastic?
Yeah.
Are you saying there's something wrong with our ground game?
Yeah.
No,
Because
seriously. Like if you guys just ran it through the Raiders.
Yeah.
No,
was,
I agree. If we had just run it through the Raiders, we would have won. Because we have one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. I mean, well, actually that too, and one of the best running backs in the league. And we underutilized both of them to their talents.
Yeah.
And there's
clearly throwing the ball isn't Kaepernick's talent.
Exactly.
Well, okay, hold on. We got a tweet from our good friend Lord Raptor. He says he doesn't know what me and Hell Pockets are talking about. Kaepernick is a great quarterback. Him and Richard Sherman are perfect together.
You guys are the worst. I don't even know why I'm friends with you.
The strongest tandem in the league right now.
Yes.
I don't even know why I'm friends with you guys, man.
Kaepernick
They're
just
1-for-1 passes thrown to touchdowns. Like
yeah, I mean that's probably an NFL record.
We were like on the line, and he couldn't get it into the end zone.
Oh, you know what else was weird? That one super weird call where they were like, incomplete pass when it was obviously not down by contact fumble.
Oh yeah, that was
down.
bullshit, dude.
Yeah,
That was complete bullshit.
incomplete pass.
It's like he
dude
catches the
took
ball,
2 steps and then falls on by. He trips over his own shoes.
falls
and then the
down.
dude-
Nope, the guy runs up to him and he's about to touch him to put him down, and then the guy just lets go of the ball.
Yeah,
And
so
the guy picks it up, he's like, fuck it, I'm running to the end zone. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And they call it back. They blow it dead. And they call it incomplete. I'm like, at least we're back to square one, right?
that was still like the weirdest call. Even like the Oakland fans were like, "What just happened?" Like, no
Yeah.
one really understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
We have some things to talk about other than my pain.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, your pain's the most entertaining part of the show.
We can
This is true.
cover the last 45 minutes of that.
We probably can. So, this past weekend, full of a few events. Let's start off with the big news that came out last week. I think it was a day or two after the show ended. Capcom accidentally leaked Street Fighter V trailer.
Yep.
Yep.
But wait. Before you say that, is it safe to talk about it?
Yes.
All right, cool.
As far as I
They
know.
released a gameplay trailer like officially.
Yeah, they already talked about it. They officially announced the game at Sony's Experience event, the 20th anniversary of the PlayStation event, where they also debuted the new PlayStation 4, which is modeled, or the color scheme is that of the original PlayStation 1. It looks sick as shit. Only 12,000 were made. I don't have one. My collector mentality is
Apparently,
creeping
most
up back
people
up.
didn't get one because they were apparently the people who were at the experience, they were randomly handing out tickets that would give you the ability.
Yeah.
So even people who never planned on getting one had a ticket that would allow them to get one.
And they were selling the tickets to people who wanted them.
Yep.
That's
money?
pretty baller. That's gangster.
Bullshit. That's
I would have done that. Fuck
complete
the
fucking-
PS4. I ain't
No,
gonna
no,
play-
I agree with you, but I'm just saying that's complete fucking bullshit.
My buddy.
Then again, I also think that this should have been a mass-produced model because it's the best looking one so far.
Yeah. My buddy told me he paid $250 for one of those tickets,
Wow.
and he said that was on the low end. He saw people paying $400 or $500 for tickets, and then buying the actual system, which I think is like 500, 400 or 500. or something.
Fuck.
It was 5.
Jesus.
I think
Yeah,
what
but
was it? I
it's-
saw one of the systems going for over $5,000 immediately.
Oh
online.
yeah, the things are definitely going to sell for all the money online.
Yeah.
There's an eBay auction where it sold for like 12 or 16,000, but
Screw that.
yeah, I don't know if that's legit or not. If it's legit, holy crap, people are dumb. People are dumber than I thought. That's what I should say. People are dumber than I thought. But yeah, Street Fighter V. We've seen Chun-Li and Ryu and breakable walls,
And Kanga.
possible guard crush.
Instinct mode.
Yeah, instinct mode. What?
Uh,
Something that looks to be instinct. mode?
Ultra combos.
Damn,
OTGs.
almost.
I mean, it kind of looked like when they. I guess what it looks like they either they busted a dot and end groove or they activated instinct mode, but it looks like it activated frickin' Ryu's Denjin mode from Marvel 3.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He definitely threw a Denjin at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, he did.
People are saying there might be some kind of air juggle system similar to
Third
Street
strike.
Fighter versus Tekken.
God, I hope not.
This is the problem. People are making too many assumptions based on this one, what is it, 20-second clip.
Right.
That doesn't really show you anything. It's like,
Yeah.
here's a few new moves that are in the game, and we're going to show Chun-Li hitting a sign that's in the background and some walls breaking. There's really nothing that can be said about the game at all in terms of gameplay.
Yeah, the only things that can be like pieced together is that this looks, Chun-Li looks closer to Third Strike than she does Street Fighter 4, even though it's the same model. You can see the art style is very similar to those two.
Yep.
Ryu has Denjin. I'm assuming this is going to take place before or after Third Strike. So
Well, here's
hopefully
the
Third
thing,
Strike characters in there.
People are starting to assume that it is after or during Third Strike because he has Denjin, and it's kind of like they're not above just straight up saying, "Hey, who said he didn't have it before? He just never wanted to use it."
Or maybe now he learned it from Gokin because it was his Ultra 2.
Exactly. Or maybe Gokin learned it from him, huh? The student has become the master.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only thing that makes me think it takes place around Third Strike really is the fact that in all the Street Fighters, his gi is usually clean, except 3. It's like really tattered around the sleeves, and that's what it looked like in this one. Like torn up.
Very true.
Shitty. But we're gonna actually see the game in action for the first time this weekend at Capcom Pro Tour Finals. Yeah, I got it right.
Yep, and they just announced that today, right?
Yeah, Ono announced it today. I don't know exactly what's gonna be going on. We don't know the characters, but we can assume who the characters are gonna be. And I'm pretty sure a tier list will come out, and Chun-Li's generally top, and you know.
In the first
she's
iteration.
Yeah. So we'll say Chun-Li's gonna be top tier.
I mean, I'm not, not excited for it. I do enjoy the fact that Guard Crush is back. That's, if it is like Guard Crush based on a meter. If it's just like you have a Guard Crush move, then fuck it.
Oh yeah, like XL or EX2, where just you spend like a meter and you can Guard Crush them.
Yeah, that just seems like,
nah.
Come on, guys. You know what we like. You know what we want. Why would you not do that? But yeah, that's exciting. Destructible environments look kind of cool. I was talking with my friend Gordon last night about it, and he was like, it's kind of bad because now when you corner somebody, you can't knock them down. Otherwise, you're just gonna go through the wall and you have a whole nother stage to corner them in.
Yeah, the breakable wall is there were a few games that had that in the past.
Like EX.
Yeah.
EX had corners, then you could knock them away, and then you have to like reset yourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's Tekken.
Well, and what was it? Was it X-Men vs. Street Fighter? You could bust through the stages to the side.
Some of the
stages?
versus games.
Yeah, some of the versus games had it. Real Bout, Fatal Fury 1 had it. Real Bout Special had it. Worked completely differently in each game.
Yep.
And Rage of the Dragons had it.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Dude,
you
know
get
what would be
extra
awesome?
combo off that.
You know what would be
Yeah,
awesome?
and of course Tekken has floors.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause like, but you know what would be awesome though is just to be an extreme troll is if you're in a corner, you can spin bar to just bust down the wall and like run backwards or something.
Just kick the wall down.
Kick the wall down and be like, what? Look at all this room I have.
Everyone has a back attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they what they do with it. So like in Real Bout 1, I think that was probably the dumbest of all. If you got knocked out of the ring, you lost. In a 2D fighting game, that's stupid. Real Bout Special, when the wall broke, you were stunned. That's kind of okay, cool, whatever. That's cool.
It's a little better.
And then most other games, when the wall breaks, it just transitions to another part of the stage. That's about it. So I'm assuming that's how it's going to be, but there's got to be some kind of penalty for the player getting knocked through the stage.
I don't know. That sounds a little DOA for me, man.
Well, it's a different generation of fighting games. And,
well, let's just say don't make it so that the penalty is like more than what you got from being hit through it. You know?
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that I think that it's way too early to really say what all of this is going to add up to. Like, I'm willing to give any and everything a shot in terms of gameplay because it's new, and they're more than willing. They're more than just able to do new things with the series that we haven't seen before, even if it does crib gameplay options from other things. But I just wish they would have changed the way the game looks.
Yeah, I really hate the stupid cinematic cameras. Like, I've already disliked it in 4 enough, and then Cross Tekken took it to the next level of just, you throw someone, look at the camera spin around in the fucking air, and then it's just
it's the characters are drawn, well, I guess just rendered so just poorly. The game's ugly. Even though it's nicer looking in Street Fighter 4, don't get me wrong, it's definitely an upgrade, but it still looks like shit. It's a crap now. Instead of being shit, they upgraded shit to crap.
Yeah.
They polished the turd, so it's a golden turd.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. I mean,
I know.
Well, it's saving them money.
But, I mean,
that's for sure.
Look at each game. Each game had a different visual style. They're just kind of reusing the same one before.
Yeah. Obviously 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 and 3 to the alphas, and then, of course, to 4, I mean, to EX. They all look different. but this game looks like Street Fighter 4.5.
Yeah.
And with a fresh coat of paint. Really.
Yeah.
Really bad coat of paint.
But, I mean, don't get me wrong, it does look better than 4. I'm not saying that it's as sloppy as 4, because 4 is a slop festival. This will probably be a much crisper version of 4, which we should have got in the first place. But what are you going to do?
Yeah. We'll see how everything plays out in the end. We're going to get more news for it on this weekend. We're going to see... Oh, I don't know if it's going to be one exhibition match or several exhibition matches. Hopefully several, so we can see a bit more of the engine and see how that works out. No release date, no release time frame. Just a name, 2 characters, and a bunch of speculation. That's all we have right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think they've already started the threads about which obscure Street Fighter characters that you want are going to be in Street Fighter 5, but they're not actually going to be there because nobody knows who they are.
Yeah, put Sawada in. Let's do it.
Vote for Junie and Julie now, guys.
God. I mean, I wouldn't be I wouldn't not be happy to see them. It's just, yeah, I don't know how they got on cast anymore. Because after 4, it just seemed like they didn't give a shit anyway.
What's going to happen is basically everybody will get. There will be at least 2 to 3 semi-obscure or little love characters that'll make it, and then the rest is just going to be the characters everybody expects. Because you're not going to sell a game based on like, oh, we just put the entire cast of Street Fighter 1 in a new game, because that's not going to get people into it.
No, I don't see why anybody would care about that. It's just
so. I don't know.
We'll find out on Saturday. That's all I can say. That's all.
Well, I mean, yeah. Hopefully,
they're literally handing us the information on Saturday, so.
Yep.
We can't.
Well, I'll be finding out from the comfort of my couch. Don't think I'm going to Capcom Cup.
Oh, so. You aren't? Come on.
We couldn't work anything out in terms of like hotel arrangements and stuff like that. So.
Man.
Yeah, hopefully I'm going still.
What?
I mean, I just don't have my ticket, but I can just pay at the door or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you need to get that settled.
But that's whatever.
Well,
I'll probably be.
If it's just me and Gibby, we'll do our best to remember what happened if we're paying attention.
There you go.
Look, man, I'm going there, and I'm just gonna go there for I'm gonna watch the music that they're gonna be playing. We've got our boy A Rival playing, Megas are playing. I'll watch that.
That's cool.
And then see other stuff and hang out with people. And what is it? Rub elbows in the VIP with people.
Oh shit!
Pretty sure I'm getting into VIP. I don't have a ticket to anything, but I'm getting in VIP. Yeah, that's how it works.
Even if you got to body slam somebody.
Suplex, Burning Hammer, Death Valley Driver, whatever.
I mean, we're technically press, right?
I'm better than press.
Damn, was that a spit take? That's pretty rude. I mean.
Yeah.
We are journalists on the leading Capcom podcast.
That's right. Slammy award-winning.
That's right. We got 2. We got Best Buns and
social media.
There you go.
Yeah.
Best
we beat Dolph Ziggler.
Best advertising of the WWE Network. Only $9.99.
We've definitely done better than WWE themselves has done. Hey guys, we're going to spend 6 months pushing an app that we don't even know how to use. Jesus.
Yes. And you guys are going to pay for it. And you won't know what to do with it either.
I think we had a free month last month, right? So I didn't pay for anything.
I don't know if people who had the subscription actually got the month free or not.
Oh, that's just lame.
No, from the way it was worded,
I think it was just new subscribers.
Yeah.
Wow.
You still need to input credit card information because I was going to try to do it. I'm like, yo, I want to watch Marty Jannetty get thrown through this here window by Shawn Michaels, and then they asked for my credit card, and I was like, nope, you're not getting my credit card.
I'm not paying for this shit.
Yeah.
Gibby's like, joke's on them. I don't have a credit card.
Yeah, I'm off the grid, everyone. I don't even know what credit score means. Oh, so let's see what else we had. That Street Fighter V announcement. You guys want to talk Tekken or NEC?
I feel like we should talk NEC first because there's, it was actually a pretty big thing. A lot of upsets happened last weekend. I'll get the easy stuff out of the way. The KOF tournament that took place with the $2,000 pot bonus actually had a fairly large amount of talent that showed up from, you saw Luis Cha show up. Mysterio was there, which is cool. He came out. Romance started playing KOF again, I guess. So, that's always good. I was wondering if he was actually going to stick with Ultra. And Reynolds showed up.
Karn, he also showed up.
I'm getting to that. Karn actually made top 8, so I wanted to save that for later, congratulating him on that, because he played like a madman and he beat the shit out of everybody, so,
So how many games of prep did Reynold actually play before this tournament?
I honestly have no idea.
I think he went in there cold.
Watching it, it seemed like everyone was rusty outside of Mysterio. He was on fire, but he couldn't. So Luis Cha seemed really rusty as well, but his defense was still there. Yeah. And his defense seemed to be what threw off Mysterio a lot. It was good. Winners finals, losers finals, grand finals, all damn good matches, I gotta say. Top 8 in general was fun to watch. Who was it? Karn played one of the Colorado guys.
He got in the top 8 in losers bracket, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So amazing guy from Toronto, and our friend,
the best Canadian King of Fighters player.
That's true. I don't know anybody else.
I used to whoop this guy's ass in Mark of the Wolves, and now he's a top KO 13 player.
But there was a lot of really good top 8s for people who watched a lot of the Air Dash stuff. Watching actually even up to top 16 for Guilty Gear Plus R was amazing. Top 8 was great. Grand Finals was awesome. Blaze Blue was also great. I wished I'd gotten to see it with SKD taking out Dora in Grand Finals. Apparently pretty convincingly, too.
Yeah, it was pretty convincing.
So props to him there. Our own third Josh took third in the Xrd side tournament, which wasn't streamed, sadly, but I think people realized that Day 3 gameplay wasn't really going to be what brought all the viewers.
What?
I mean, you would get a certain amount, but it wouldn't be like, "Oh, great! This is a really good tournament." Not really.
And I know I caught the end of Street Fighter, and there were some pretty good matches there. I missed Marvel, but I heard that was pretty good too. NEC is always. Oh, sorry, go for it.
I was just gonna say we actually saw the return of Chris G, who now has no sponsor. He just came out there for the fun of it, and it wasn't the only game he took top 8 in. So, as he tweeted earlier, the return of top 8 Chris G is in full effect. Everybody hide their wallets.
Everybody, I don't know. NEC is always a really great tournament, and it lived up to that hype. Definitely, all of top 8s were stacked with a lot of really talented players. There was some really interesting upsets, just a lot of hard playing, and it was fun to watch.
Under Night was really fun to watch.
I didn't get to see it, actually. I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I saw a good chunk of it. This is going to sound terrible. The main thing I took away from that is Hildemers are the worst goddamn thing in that game. I'd much rather watch 100% Gordo all the time instead of Hildemers.
Just like freaking Grim Reaper Tennis.
I'm fine with Grim Reaper Tennis.
What is it? Just two people standing on opposite sides of the screen, spamming gigantic normals?
More or less.
Wow.
And that's pretty much what Hilda is too. Normals. It's just that the normals are full screen for other reasons.
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. Gordo or whatever. What else was there? I know Justin and Sanford. They played a little Marvel exhibition.
I actually did manage to catch that because it was on Saturday night, and that was actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch the whole thing, but what's his face? Sanford actually won it.
Yeah, won it at 9-9.
Yeah, 10-9.
Well, I mean, that was the round that mattered, and
Justin
we were watching UFC, and we actually shut it off just to watch that.
Yeah. Justin was up like 2 or 3 games, and then Sanford came back and took it. It was fun to watch. Marvel 2,
You could really tell that Justin was kind of like, what the fuck, man? Like, because his face was just not pleased afterwards. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at 37 Reloaded, and everybody who was playing, when they lost, they were just kind of like, oh, man. oh well, it was fun, you know. But Justin had that look on his face where he was like, how the fuck did I lose that?
Because I think Sanford had the Wong factor on his side, right? That's how it works?
Does that work? Does it work in reverse?
Yeah.
You know what happened? Somebody in the crowd must have yelled, "Let's go, Justin."
He's
Oh,
like,
God.
"Hate that guy."
I actually did that at the football game too.
We lost.
It was so bad. I'm just like, let's go, Justin. And it was all bad. I felt it was relevant at the time.
It
was.
probably was.
I yelled, "Let's go set play," and we lost.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
You should have yelled, "Let's go, trombone." You might have won.
Yeah, so
Trombone.
apparently Justin was up 6-2 at one point.
Yeah, it was like
And-
looking like a freaking murder at one point. Like early
Yeah, then
into it.
Yeah, then Sanford came back, and then Justin was up 9-6, and then Sanford won 10-9.
Yeah. Convincingly, too. Even glitched the game out for like a good 30 seconds.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they did something where like it froze, and they were just like, "Oh shit, are we gonna have to restart it?" And before they could even get up to like look at the machine, it started up again.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was cool. That was a good exhibition. And it's also so anyway, I was saying it was good to see like, you know, Justin just looking like, "Damn, I actually wanted to win that, even though it didn't really mean anything." But it did, apparently.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it kind of means something now, especially since, weirdly enough, Marvel 2's sort of like it's starting the long road to coming back in the community. Apparently, they're starting to run it out here now. Again, they're going to start running it on, I think, Thursdays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Thursdays.
And the exhibitions that Marvel 2's been getting at recent tournaments, East Coast tournaments, and the one out here, seem to be piquing people's interests again. Where they're just like, "Hey, this is a really fun game. I think we should play it." So
I think they're
I think
like,
the biggest. Go quick.
I was gonna say, like, you think they're having that moment where they're just asking themselves, "Why did we stop?"
I don't know. I think there might be. I think there's other things where they're just like, I think they're just kind of coming back to it. They're like, you know, we were playing these other games and they were fun, but this is what we really want to play. So we'll see. I mean, it could just be a temporary thing, a flash in the pan, if you will, but it could come back. Definitely has that. It has that ability. I think the only thing holding it back right now is the community being really against playing on anything but Dreamcast still, and that's getting harder and harder to do.
Right.
So,
Well, good. I hope that we do see more of that, and then maybe that will spur more demand for old games, and then maybe Capcom will release some playable versions on PSN.
Nesca, they're doing that, Chris. God, come on, don't you know anything?
Maybe Nesca will release in America, huh? Is that too much to ask?
Probably.
How about a console-based Nesca? What if Nesca became its own, like Steam or something?
Huh. That could work. Or they could just go with Steam, you know?
Or they
Like,
could just
have a
go with
partnership.
Steam, right?
Why they haven't just published on Steam? But then again, you know, you can ask that question of pretty much any fighting game publisher at this point. Like, why aren't you just putting the game on PC? And they just be like,
What's a PC? We
What's
use
a PC?
phone.
You developed the game on PC, right? Yes. So why don't you put the game on PC that you developed on PC on PC?
I mean, I'd still rather play tournaments on a console as opposed to a PC because there's always going to be less problems.
True.
But that's opinion.
That's true.
And speaking of console PC, we forgot to mention that Street Fighter V is exclusively on PS4
I'm putting up the biggest finger quotes right now. Just
Yeah.
and
Huge.
PC. It's exclusively
on
on
PC.
PS4.
It's coming out on PC first, and
but it's also on PC. And the really good thing about this is there's crossplay between PS4 and PC.
Yes! Fuck consoles! I don't want to buy a console!
Games on the PC.
So much
And-
so that I bought a video card today.
Oh.
And I'm hoping that Xrd gets a PC release, because I do know that Arxis mentioned that they're looking into making a PC release a few months ago, and I don't see why they wouldn't have crossplay, considering like
They've already built it in.
Yeah, exactly.
has
a lot
anybody
of devs
actually
have said
tried
build
online Xrd yet?
Plenty of people have told
I
me.
mean,
Yeah,
within
so
this group.
The initial reports about Xrds Online is that it is dicey at
Yeah.
best. A lot of people are saying that it's it's just fucking whack. That it seems like the connections have no rhyme or reason why you have a good one. People are saying it's still better than Plus R's, but that doesn't really say much. So, but a lot of people are also saying that with the past few ArcSys Works games, they've needed another patch after the game comes out to sort of like fix to basically stabilize the netcode. So we'll see. Well, I guess we'll see once the US version, honestly. Because I think that's when they'll be able to sort of suss it out whether it's actually going to work or not.
I've tried it. I played it maybe like 3 matches. The interface is fucking weird. I got to get used to that. That's not a problem though. But the one thing that I felt was kind of a piss off for me was that it was laggy, and they had that thing in the corner saying like, "Hey, how many frames are you behind right now?" You know?
Yeah.
Like, how slow is this? And I'm like, it's going up and down. I'm like, this shit does nothing. It's just telling me this is why the experience sucks. I can't do anything about it.
No, see, that's why you got to move to Japan, where it's nonstop 2-frame delay. Like, I have been watching so many Japanese online matches, just like from them streaming from their PS4s. Holy shit, it's always at 2-frame delay. Never goes higher than that. It's insane.
I'm like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with 2 frames of delay. But I'm like playing the guy, and it's like 2, 3, 8. Like, what is this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was watching Flo stream earlier, and he was at like 19 frame with I think it was Jibbo. It was bad.
I was playing people with my neighbor, like nearby. It was terrible.
How many frames is a second? I forget this.
Does
anybody remember off the top of their head?
How many frames are in 1 second?
Yeah.
60.
Okay. So let's see. Start doing so. It's about a third of a second. 20 frame delay. Okay, figuring it out.
Yeah, you can hear the math. It's funny. It's good. It's bad. That's all it is.
It is bad. I'm going out on the limb and saying it's bad right now. It's unplayable. I'm hitting people with Ride the Lightning, and then when they wake up, I hit them again with it because they mashed the button two days ago.
No, it's just because you're better than there.
I mean, I'm better than them, but at the same time, I'm just all like, they're not going to be able to punish this shit.
Yeah.
It's bad. The game itself is fun, but the online is... And it's weird, because I play Uniel after that, and I'm like, this is the best.
Yeah. And what's weirder still is that this is the same company that everybody has lauded for BlazBlue and Persona's netcode, although, you know, with each different iterations of the game, it's up and down, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, but both of those games are games that have really benefited from a very large net play population.
Right.
And this game comes out and it's super unreliable.
Is it better than Street Fighter 4?
I don't know. I haven't touched it. I gotta be honest.
Because I hear a lot of mixed reports about it. Some people do say it's on par with Street Fighter 4. Others will say it's better. I haven't really heard worse than Street Fighter 4. But then again, these are a lot of people who hate Street Fighter 4.
I also think that it's hard to compare because Street Fighter 4 is a slower game in that way. Mm-hmm. So even if the online quality is the same, it's going to be worse to play Guilty Gear in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where's Xrd PC already? Xrd PC with crossplay. Just do it. Just do it. It's Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine you can port to any other consoles out right now so easily. There's no reason not to do it.
Well, there you go. Hubert Dozer in chat says it's better than Street Fighter 4. And he should know because, yeah.
Street Fighter 4 is awful, apparently.
Because he does him a lot of the net playing.
Yeah. He plays all the online.
I will say that the actual game itself is really fun, though. Everything about it is almost a distraction from the actual game itself. And I'm one of the few people that actually sat through like the 5 hours of story mode and enjoyed every minute of it. And yes, I'm very happy to report that Kai is a gear.
Oh, thanks for ruining it.
That's right. I told you guys I was going to do it today. I told everybody I was going to do it today. You had full notice.
I had no idea.
I sit down and watch an anime for 6 hours, dude.
Hey, I just saved you a lot of time, right?
No, because I was gonna watch it because I wanted to get the money so I could unlock Sin without paying 250 yen. You're a dick.
You can still do it.
You're a dick.
So, if you want to learn the game, a friend of ours is doing tutorial streams.
Yep.
Paul, I forgot his stream name. Is Dio's World?
Dio's World, Dios_world. He's been doing it on Twitch. He's trying to get a schedule together. He's been doing a lot of just tutorials talking about things in the game that people don't necessarily know, stuff that top players have been doing, why they're doing it, that maybe isn't getting explained that well. Mostly he's been talking about Zato and Milia because those are the characters he's played for the longest, but he also plans on breaking down some of the other characters as he kind of goes through the cast. He's hoping that it'll help people basically be able to understand things a little bit more, because in the past there's been a lot of things that in the Air Dash community never are articulated in a way that the average player gets them, or things are just completely ignored. So, like, basically explaining why certain mix-ups are good, why they work, why you want to use X tool instead of Y tool, and talking about character weaknesses and what you need to do. So there you go. It's really cool.
Yeah.
We'll put the link in chat just in case anybody wasn't paying attention. But you should check him out once he gets his schedule together. He's just kind of been streaming randomly because he's been spending a lot of time playing the game, obviously.
Yeah, too much time. Like, watching him do the unblockables and all that. Oh, man. I hate him. I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm like, God damn it, I have to deal with the Zato bullshit again? I don't want to.
I never had to deal with that shit because I just didn't play Zatos.
I did.
It's like, oh, you play Eddie? Well, then you need to get out of my house.
No, I played against Eddie's. And it sucked. It just drove me nuts. Like, especially considering I was new when I came into it. Like, I played Guilty Gear casually because I was like, oh, this game is sick. It was made by the people who did last play it. I want to play it. Played it. I'm like, oh, this is fun, bloody. And then when I get into it competitively, I'm like, wait, why? What? I can't. No, I blocked. No, wait. Oh.
You just described like everybody for like 2 years.
Worst feeling about playing against Eddie/Zato is that moment where you've blocked the entire mix-up and you're like, all right, it's almost over, and then you get hit by Damned Fang, the command throw.
Yeah.
And you watch the Eddie gauge slowly refill as he just kind of rolls toward you, and you're like, fuck my life. Really
or like, the thing is, when you're looking for it, you're just like, okay, he's going to do the throw eventually before he runs out of enough meter to do like big drill. So you're waiting for like, just for him to set it up, and it never comes, but the drill is still there, and you're like, wait a minute, he just jumped. Oh shit, he's coming in from above. I'd better jump. And
and it's already too late.
It's too late because you're just like, damn it, what's the timer on this fucking thing?
But so far, I'll say this: the best thing I can say about Xrd is that coming in from all the other Guilty Gear games, Xrd really is a departure. It's familiar, but it's not the same. And I feel like it was designed in a way that gives new players a real ability to compete. I think things like RC throw combos doing an actual good amount of damage, Roman cancels basically holding your hand to allow you to do combos, even just to kind of make something up on the spot. Both of those things are really helpful for players who don't necessarily know the quote-unquote optimized combos. It just lets them get their damage, which is, I think, something that was always really hard for people to get in Guilty Gear because they'd see people doing the really flashy shit, and they'd be like, and I don't want to sit and fucking learn that crap.
No.
Right now, you don't really have to, because we're all just learning the game, even the experienced players, quote-unquote.
Yeah, so. I don't think you have to worry about, like, doing the threading the needle combos and whatnot. Not that there really are any, because like the few combos that are like heavy damage I practice are like, they're pretty easy. And the way Xrd works, at least in damage wise, you do get a lot of damage for relatively easy work. It's just what most people need to learn is the fact that you're not going to be getting those combos all the time. It's not like all the other anime fighters where like you touch them once and it's just going to be, combo city for the next 3 minutes. It's going to be, you knock him down, what are you going to do for Izuki if you have that option, whatnot, stuff like that. And that's what I tell a lot of people with most fighting games is like, I could teach you all the combos in the world, but if you can't fucking figure out the way to how to get in and use them, then what's the point?
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting is there definitely are some of those combos in Xrd, some really hard optimized stuff. But just watching match videos, you don't, except in the case of Ogawa Zato. That guy is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You don't really see a lot of that optimized stuff, even from, because I've seen Ramlethal combos that are legitimately ridiculous, like corner to corner carry, dust loops, and I also don't ever see those in match videos. So
they would drop.
I think at this point it's optional to learn. Like once you get to that point where you've done everything else, yeah, go try to learn that. It's hard as hell, believe me. I was trying to mess with it, but for now, just play the game, learn the characters. That's going to be a bigger thing right now than anything, is maximizing your meter usage, because meter is precious in this game. Just unbelievably precious.
Yeah. I will say, I think it builds a lot faster than it used to.
I didn't think so when I was first playing the game, but I think you might be right.
Like it always seems like you have a fourth of bar at least.
Yeah, I felt like it was slower at first, but I also played Johnny, who built meter probably the fastest in the game almost. Mm-hmm. So it's you definitely tend to have meter at most points in the game.
And that's good because there's actually more uses for it now. Blitzshield, for instance, is probably, I don't see it getting used a lot, but it's actually a really strong tool.
No, it is. Blitzshield's one of those things that it becomes sort of like a war of escalation. Like, do you want to be the first person to Blitzshield, especially if you have less meter than the other guy?
Yeah.
Because that's a scary thing. Because if you waste the meter and then you get return Blitzshield, what do? You just threw away meter for nothing.
Right, yeah, and you only got like half of it. You get half of it back successfully or something. But yeah, and then you get hit because you were going in for the punish and you did something that, is a little bit less safe than what he has to deal with, so.
Yeah, because I was playing against Sanchez, who's actually, where the hell is he? And he blitz shielded one of my attacks, and I actually blitz shielded him back, and it's just like, well, I mean, it doesn't always happen, but it's kind of like after that, he's like, huh, all right.
I mean, you can't always do that, though, right? Especially on the ground?
No, you always can. It's like guard impact in Soul Calibur. You can always blitz shield back.
So it's not
at least
guaranteed.
From what I've seen, unless there's some weird situations, and it's Arc System, there might be.
Okay. Like, because at that point, it kind of feels like you blitz shield, and then you would approach, and then make him guess where you're gonna, like, if you're gonna attack or not, and then you throw him.
Yep. Yeah, the stun isn't that big though.
Yeah.
So you'd have to already kind of have the mix-up in your mind.
Right. Well, you get the advantage of confusing the enemy because they're probably just like, oh shit, I can't do anything for this moment in time. And they may not be ready to mash reversal.
What if you blitz shield and then you want to bait him to blitz shield, but then you just neutral YRC to slow the time down, huh? Yeah.
Actually, that is something that happens.
Yeah, the whole time slow thing in YRCs and RCs is some cheater bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll put it right out there because it's so hard to reverse during that slowdown. I don't know if the game actually takes your input or if it just sort of makes you put your input in way later than you think, but it feels like I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to hit any buttons because it's not going to work. So hopefully this block works out.
Yeah, just hold back once you see the guy the flash. It especially sucks that you have to get used to that, like as the attacking opponent, Even if you were meaning to use it, sometimes I'm just like, crap, I forgot it slows down. Even though I'm still moving at normal speed, I'm expecting my opponent to already be close to hitting the ground, and then I do a move to, compensate for that, and it either whiffs or it doesn't put them in the position I want them to be in, and then I'm like, great, I wasted the fourth of bar, and I got minimal damage, or none at all. And with Kai, it's extremely, dummy mode, because it's like every time you throw out, stun edge, YRC it. There's no reason not to.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, too, is that it's really hard in Xrd to sort of, super to call out like say somebody's whiff because YRC exists.
Yeah. It's better than a burst.
Sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't say that necessarily.
I wouldn't agree on the whiff thing because you can't do it to whiffs. You can only do it to the startup.
Well, I mean, okay, but you can still spend half a meter on a whiff and get the purple one.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you can still spend meter to avoid dying.
That's fine.
It's not possible to YRC in the middle of a block string, right?
No. The opponent has to be in not hit stun or block stun.
Got it, okay.
Which is why the YRC option select exists, because burst takes them out of hit stun or block stun.
Okay.
So as long as you're within 25 to less than 50, you could just do a move and then just fucking, hit YRC. And then you look real fucking sick on that burst bait.
Yeah.
Dude, YRC is just the best. Why would you not use it all the time? I don't care if it's the awesome meter. Just do it.
I liked it better, like I said before, when we talked about this months and months ago, I said I liked it better when it was called chain shift. And that was like, a fair system.
Dude, the funniest thing is the first game I played against Steve in person, I did the YRC OS on accident.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I just burst bait. I did dandy step, and I just fucking, I'm coming in with a bunker, and before, it animates all the way, I saw he bursted. I didn't even think I saw him burst. I just hit all the buttons. I was like, oh, this is a very intuitive OS.
Nice.
I look like a badass right now.
Like, well, look at this silly guy.
Thinking you could burst out of combos. Get out of here.
It's the psych button. It's literally the psych button,
Yeah, if it ain't a gold burst, go home. Just get out.
I guess that's why I call it psych burst.
There are plenty of places to burst in this game. It looks like in a lot of cases now, you're going to see more people bursting for momentum early in the round. Which some players were doing anyway.
Oh, the Arturo burst?
Some people do it just because if their character is dominant enough offensively, why wouldn't you?
Mm.
No, I totally agree. There's the ones where, I needed to get going. I lost the first neutral exchange. I need to make sure I get the second one.
Yeah. And then you just gotta hope that your opponent doesn't have meter. So actually, yeah, it's better to do it at the beginning of a round.
Well, it's interesting because you could still burst wherever. It's just you have to pay attention to their meter. Do they have the option to YRC OS? Because you can tell, are they between 1 YRC and 2?
Yeah.
Because if they have 2, they can't do it because they're gonna just blow all the meter. They're gonna blow the 50.
Yeah.
But if they have less than 50 but more than 25, of course they're gonna do it. So if you see that on the screen, you're like, I'm not gonna fucking burst here. I'm not a dum dum.
Dum dum?
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Speaking of the OS, I really and truly hope we get some kind of macro ban for this game, because that's going to be really stupid. Where you're just going to have somebody rattling like a YRC button, like in Street Fighter 4 in the background.
I don't want that to happen. I mean, I don't want somebody to be able to have access to that, but at the same time, I'm also like, I don't know. That's a weird thing.
I don't see a reason to not ban macros, to be completely honest. You can play without them.
Yeah.
People that play on non-sticks.
People who play on pad. I've played against people who played on pad without macros.
We're talking button mapping, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Multiple buttons to one button.
Okay.
Yeah, well, binding. Let's just always clarify this. Binding.
Yeah, because when we say macro, I'm thinking GGPO Garo shit.
Yeah. We're thinking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't ever think about people actually having programmable sticks anymore. I don't even remember that being a thing. So.
Because every time somebody says macro, my brain goes to that dude that can do the Gato 1-frame stomp. Round 1 fight. Why does he have 2 meter?
Yeah,
dude's doing low short to hands and ST as a combo.
Yeah.
I've always been against button mapping. I'm still, to be honest with you, I'm still against it, but it's just part of the tournament scene now. Every game allows button mapping.
I would be
every single one of them.
I think that's only because in certain instances, I can only speak from experience with KOF, where you press 2 buttons and the EX just doesn't come out, so you have to map it.
KOF, yeah, it happens that way, but it mainly started because of Tekken. A lot of people complained about hitting 2 buttons at once on pad, because most people were pad players with Tekken. So they allowed button binding, and then when everything became console tournaments, it just became standard. Like it's like, hey, if it allows you to do it in the options, you could do it. Basically, if it's in the game and it doesn't break the game, it's cool.
I've always thought that one button cancel like RCs was breaking because there's some human error involved in that.
No, yeah, that's the thing is that there's always been human error.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
What about the one guy that has a hand so big that he can just palm the stick at once, so it's like one big button for him? Like, should we just ban his gigantic hand? He has an unfair advantage over the rest of us.
What about the small guy who goes to a knife fight and brings a gun? Like, that's not fair.
What?
Well, he's banned. He's
like,
not allowed in. He can't register for the fight. It's not sanctioned.
I'm just saying, as God made man, Samuel Colt made man equal.
Jesus.
But yeah, I don't see them banning button binds in this.
No, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think anybody's
gonna
ban it. I think it's the stuff that they found with Plus R, with the button mapping was really silly too, and I hope there's nothing like that in Xrd. But it's gonna be dumb with this OS, and there's gonna be more of them too because of YRC. I guarantee it.
YRC. Steamed hands.
It just removes a really minimal amount of human error. I don't see a big of a problem with it. Like, it makes more sense in Plus R with the stupidity you could do with stuff like Justice.
Yeah.
And first frame reversals. But, if some shit like that comes around, we'll jump that bridge when we go over that hill.
Ah, yes.
Mhm.
Mixing metaphors.
Exactly.
That's what we do here.
So, on a more hilarious side, Chris, play that video.
Fucking shit.
Elfelt, the
Okay, cool. I thought it was a
the
Niner
new
thing.
character. Oh no, this soon. Elfelt, new character. I don't know how her guns work. Alex, how does a shotgun work?
This video actually isn't that great of an example of what you're trying to show off. But, so she has shotgun stance. And in shotgun stance, she has 2 shots. She has immediate shotgun stance and fire, and then stay in shotgun stance for what is basically a second, and she has a powered up shot. So I think in this video that you just linked, Chris, the first 3 are the powered up shots. So you'll see her glow orange for split seconds before she fires, and then at the very end of the clip you saw her kind of prime the shotgun, which is a full animation. Like, she'll flash orange and do it. Those have wall stick on them. And once you fire, you're taken out of shotgun stance, but you can manually reload it by inputting back forward and hard slash, which is the button to fire once again. So the entire inputs for this, if it was on, would just be hard slash back forward, hard slash back forward, hard slash ad nauseum. But she gets way shinier looking shit. That's just kind of the basic idea.
Was that something that just like branches out to all sorts of different kinds of fuckery or something?
I don't know. Well, it's not even that so much that it branches out. It seems at this point you want to go into that because you need to be near the wall. So one of the easy examples you can do with her is her rushing attack, or Bridal Express, the flying bouquet that she has.
Mm-hmm.
It has pretty good corner carry, so you can do stuff like make sure it hits, get anywhere near the wall, and then use the time freeze from an RC to just kind of carry them over, prime the shotgun, and just, fucking unload on them.
That sounds like fun.
I think the sillier thing to people started to realize is that the shotgun, if I'm not mistaken, is 1 frame.
Wow.
So not going into the stance is 1 frame, but firing the gun is 1 frame. So one of the sillier things that she can do is the fact that she can block in shotgun stance.
What?
She can block, she can run, she can't jump. And she does have access to 2 other specials while she's in shotgun. She has access to Bridal Express, and she has access to Grenade. So she has really good options except for mobility because she can't jump. But the fact that shotgun is 1 frame allows her to essentially mash in between any block string that has a legitimate gap in it.
So she can enter shotgun stance and go into defensive mode, and she basically has a 1 frame DP.
Yep.
Damn.
Well, and how does combat roll work? Is it invincible? What's the...
Yeah, it kind of works sort of like a CVS2 roll where it is initially invulnerable and then vulnerable to strikes at the end.
Interesting.
I mean, I would imagine that's the only thing they could do with it if it was just involved the entire time. It just
it'd be really
all or
We don't want anything like Marvel 2 Evil Sakura that can teleport indefinitely because her teleport doesn't have recovery.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Teleports don't need recovery. You just go from point A to point B. Boom, done.
And then back to point A.
Exactly. See, like, why would you need to recover? It's just like, oh, let me go here. Now I want to be back there. Let me just go back over there. And let me go here. And let me go there. See, it's just...
Looking back on it, we probably shouldn't have called it a teleport because that just left the window open for that kind of nonsense.
Well, you know.
It's a real teleport, guys. Come on.
Yeah, but defensive stance shotgun is pretty silly. Just if somebody lets you wake up and you're being pressured and you have enough time to go into shotgun, just do it. And be like, yo, you want to get close?
That does not
there's
sound
an
good.
example. There's an example video on Nico where Eddie just kind of does his usual Eddie bullshit, right? And then at some point they just show the same clip and Elf happens to be blocking in shotgun and she's just like, nope,
Wow,
ain't
really?
happening. But it's not really like the crazy Eddie pressure. It's more like him doing like blah 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 hard slash drill.
Yeah, I don't think there's even like a breathing room in that normally.
Oh, apparently there's a shotgun in that now.
What? Fuck.
I mean, one frame is pretty fast. That's what people tell me on the street.
Yeah.
I can react to one frame.
There you go.
Yep. I've still got my college reactions. I'm not dulled at all by this liquor.
Yeah. I think the powered up version might be really fast at one frame. I think the regular shot might be a little slower, but it still looks like it's enough to.
Oh, so then it's just Robokai hard slash. Because if
Very
it's 3,
similar.
that's about how fast Robokai's was.
Oh yeah, then it'd be very similar. I mean, Chip has a fucking 3-frame jab in this game, so
Yeah.
that's still really good.
No, it would be very similar too because Robokai's hard slash was that move that was the big payout too for him, and you could sometimes just throw it out like a jackass. So it makes sense. The only thing is that, God, that looks like it's going to be a whole lot of damage if she corners you in that game.
Yeah.
We'll see.
She's really fun.
I'm sure that they'll probably change that when she comes out in arcade. Because they don't like, gigantic 90% loops
That's true.
in the game unless it's Eddie's.
Now, here's the thing, though, that I was interested in figuring out is when they do decide to bring Sin and Elf out in arcade, will this be a part of a bigger push for an update for Guilty Gear? Will there be more characters in addition to them? I feel like ArcSys is normally, they don't do the SNK thing where they're just like, we'll do the bare minimum and then we're just going to let it sit for 2 or 3 years. They want to keep it constantly moving with updates. That's why we got the new Blaze Blue Calamity Triggers, or whatever the fuck they call that shit. Chrono Phantasma, there we go.
Calamity Trigger.
Calamity
gone back in time.
Yeah.
Actually, considering the theme of Blaze Blue, that's not entirely off topic.
Well,
I like what I did there.
Clever.
Well, at one point during Gears, I guess heyday, if you want to call it that, didn't they have a new game come out every 8 to 16 months or some shit like that?
Just about. They weren't. I mean, they're more or less just balance changes, though. I think between Midnight Carnival and Reload, we got, as far as characters go, we got Robokai, and then in Slash we got ABBA and Holy Order Soul, and then in Action Core we just got the best version of the game ever.
You mean Reload?
I'm talking about the Japanese version of the PS2.
if you enjoy playing against ridiculous god tier Eddie, then yes, Reload might be your favorite game.
I don't know why people have such fond memories of Reload, other than the fact
I
that
love
Because we didn't know what we know now about Eddie.
exactly. Like it was like the only game only Guilty Gear that was out. It probably had the longest run, and then we got Slash, and we were like, okay, Eddie's entered Kai's body, and then we got Action Core, and we're like, okay, this is a lot better than the last two things we did to ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we got Plus R, and everybody was divided.
Yeah. But, and then Leo is, I think, coming out in Japan the week that America gets the game, right? The US gets the game?
Yeah, that
18th,
sounds
coming
about
out
right.
next week.
So,
I think I'm just gonna cancel my pre-order, man. Like, I already got it. I shared it with Alex, so there's no point in even like getting the English version anymore.
I'm going to get the US version, but I can definitely afford to wait on it now a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I want to have a physical copy of the game, but like right now, the whole having to unlock Sin with all the money that you get in the game, and the fact that it actually takes a while to do, is not making me clamor for the American version so I can do it all over again.
Right, yeah. I mean, you could buy them for like $1 or something, but even that
Yeah,
seems
but I mean,
like the principle.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's like I'm going to play this game a shit ton anyway.
Right. I mean, I was watching that story mode for free, and at the end I got 100,000 world dollars. I'm like, cool. I'd do it again.
Oh, yeah.
But they won't let me.
You got like a full season anime.
Yeah, man. It's really good. I won't spoil anything else, but it's really good.
I've been waiting to watch it, so now that I've finished my stupid project at work, I'm going to sit down and be a useless piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's your everyday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what else did we have today?
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a transition, and, go from this to hey, there's a cat girl in Tekken 7, and everyone's upset.
Everyone's
yeah,
upset.
all
No,
right.
I think it's still just a vocal minority. just
Yeah, I
because
think it is.
I don't care. It's
The
like what
thing I
this
don't
is
get-
Lily Capos. I mean, that's gonna piss people off playing against. But
Yeah.
whatever.
The thing that I don't get about this, so Tekken 1, I don't want to say realistic, but Tekken 1 was fairly tame in terms of like wackiness.
We had P-Jack.
So basically Jack was that character. Then every version of Tekken after that, there was some wacky zany shit, or something just stood out that was just like what like people should like I don't get why people are complaining about this.
Because they're stupid, and it's probably people that don't play Tekken anyways.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't seen one competitive player who is like, I'm not playing Tekken 7 because of Lucky Chloe. Blah!
Remember all the people that quit when Jai was announced?
Yeah, this game, Tekken has already had uglier characters. His name is Lars. He has a stupid fucking cape, and he looks like a stupid superhero.
And
Like,
his haircut is stupid.
I'm so
right.
pissed.
Yeah, that
Lucky Chloe ruins the integrity of the game. I just want to play True Ogre, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
Like, was
The
Harada trolling?
legitimacy of my Roger True Ogre team has just gone out the window. And my
oh man, it's
sub-team-
canon. You going for it?
My sub team of Mokujin and Tiger.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't like I'm okay. You guys know I don't give two shits about cats. Not a cat fan. I don't like the whole like it's basically Felicia.
Now she seems just like
No,
No, I mean
just,
design wise.
it's just
like-
gonna Gary in a cat outfit, man.
yeah. Kinda.
That was
Who?
brought up, and I was like, yeah, that's probably actually exactly what it is.
What is that? I didn't hear that.
Jessica Nagiri.
Nagiri.
Oh, okay.
Cosplayer.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I haven't taken a long look at the character, but goddamn the hands, the cat paws. That's like, damn it.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, basically BlazBlue has
Yeah, I know.
people in it, and they have
I
the
know.
exact same like cat paw things going on.
I know.
Oh yeah,
here's
I
something
forgot about Kuma too. What the fuck was I thinking?
Yo, Kuma's legit. He bites your chest. He just eats your heart out.
He's a
Legitimately
fucking bear,
eats your
and
heart.
he
Like-
puts your head in his ass, and he farts, and
Yeah,
nobody
see,
bats an
that's the
eyelash.
wacky shit.
Well,
Exactly.
no, and it's hilarious too because you have, like you were talking about, you have the original Tekken, which is all manga and anime tropes to begin with.
More or
Yeah.
less.
I mean, King is Tiger Mask, Armor King is Dark Tiger Mask, or Black Tiger, excuse me.
I think
I
Kazuya
mean,
is supposed
that's-
to be Baki.
Yeah, these are all. So, I think people are just upset that this is a new anime trope, and people don't like new anime as much as they like old anime.
Remember the time Paul fought the aliens?
Yeah, he's still fighting them. Yeah, actually,
I-
you know what I just realized after watching that video? I've seen a very terrible design like that. Like, I honestly don't care about the character one way or the other. I think the design's not the greatest. But you guys can back me up here. What other game had really terrible designs about in that same vein? Maximum Impact.
Maximum
What
Impact.
was that one
That
character?
was-
Was it
that was-
Mignon? Or no, Mignon?
Mignon.
Yeah,
She
that
had
was
a horrible
bad
name
game
too.
in general.
She was
And then her
named after
sister
a steak.
Mignon.
She was a steak.
Filet mignon.
God.
Oh,
that game was
God,
just-
the English
that was a
voices were
series of
so
characters.
good too. The English voices were just so good.
I'm not laughing. I'm crying.
Yeah, that okay. So look,
I'm probably the biggest Maximum Impact fan anybody will ever know. So,
no.
all right, I can't be Falcon. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I have.
That's rough.
Seriously, I have met people that wanted to beat the shit out of me for not agreeing with them that Maximum Impact is a good game, because it is by no means a good game. It is one of those games that's like, hey, you know what? Let's just put this on the wheel of poverty and just spin this here. Oh, hey, Maximum Impact, let's do some dumb shit.
It's Omega mode. That's all it is. It's KOF Omega mode.
Ew.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really bad, and by really bad I mean holy shit.
I'm not even just talking with the gameplay, the story too, but that's just me.
The game is terrible.
Yeah.
Why are people bringing up Maximum Impact? It makes me sad, man.
Because it segues into my point where, like, the whole vocal minority, or if it even is a vocal minority, it could be a very large amount of people still that have, like, a certain amount of sway. They obviously got enough sway that they got Harada listening to them.
I think they just pissed him off. I don't think he's actually listening.
Yeah, he's not listening to them. He's just telling them like, "Hey guys."
Well, I don't mean like he's doing what they say. I'm just saying he's acknowledging them in some way, and he's trolling them in response. And obviously, he's not going to exclude Lucky Chloe from the American release. At least I hope he doesn't, because that's going to be really sad.
Yeah,
but
because
we've seen this before. We've seen this with other games. Like a good example is like the No Buy No Buy shit, you know. And obviously, KOF 12 was just a shitty game, and nobody wanted to buy it anyway because they could just smell the crap on it from a distance. But you had this group of people who were just like, I'm not gonna buy the next KOF game until it has Mai in it, right? And most people weren't taking it seriously, but it was so damn prevalent that you couldn't help but remember it later on, you know?
you got a whole T-shirt with Mai on it.
You got a whole fucking T-shirt with Mai on it, and then like, and when KOF 13 first came out, you had a bunch of people come out and show support, play it at every major that they could make it to. Evo probably had the biggest numbers for KOF 13, and well, I think that was it. Were we the biggest tournament that year?
No, but it was like over 500 people.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, you know, and then they all just went away.
Yep.
You know, and
there was 1,000 people registered, only about 500 of them played.
Right, about 500 of them played. So like only half of the people even showed up, and there's just a really disappointing feeling when I see this kind of crap, you know, because I don't want to neglect the casual people. I want people to like care about what character goes into what game, and if that makes them want to buy the game or not buy the game, fine. But if they're gonna do it, I'd at least like them to follow through with what they say they're gonna do, you know? Because all these people say like, oh yeah, I'll compete in KOF, and like, oh yeah, this is totally gonna revive everything if Mai comes back, and I'm like, okay, fine, we'll go the extra mile and give you a Mai T-shirt.
I don't like Lucky Chloe, but I can't be bothered to pick any other character on the roster.
Exactly, and that's why I made that tweet earlier where I was all like, man, there's a lot of people bitching about Lucky Chloe, but nobody's talking about, hey, how come there's no Tekken majors anymore, you know?
God, I don't want to play Xer. They just added some new stupid waifu character with huge boobs and guns. God, I'm just so disappointed all the time. I don't know, it's just people like to complain, and I mean, while they're going to be like, loud about it, it's just...
You know what I don't get? Is, you know, there's sometimes we get character designs that, you know, just at face value, they're suspect. Like Elf. Elf was really suspect.
Yeah.
And then you start digging deep, and it's like, oh, it's a Guns N' Roses reference. There's a Billy Idol reference in there. It goes with the entire theme. The Guilty Gear follows. Mm-hmm. Her gameplay is interesting. It's unique. She's got a lot of like little subsystems that are, you know, make her really intriguing to play. Her entire personality comes out a lot in the game. Like, she's a goober. She wants to get married. Her entire win quotes are, "What are we gonna do when we get married? We talk about our kids' names." Well, wait, you don't want to get married? Oh, you're Venom. That's why. Like, it comes out. But then why is no one complaining about the retro, like the other fuck-ups, the fuck-ups that happen afterwards, where it's like, we got a luchador character in Street Fighter 4 finally. And it's fucking Fuerte.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's fucking Fuerte.
We have a luchador without a legitimate command throw that's about cooking.
Yeah, he's a chef. All his moves are named after stuff that... Yeah, I won't even get into that.
Yeah, could we be any fucking lazier? Like, so we got a fucking luchador character. I was amped. Like, we got a fucking luchador, right? We got, like, legitimate Latin American representation that isn't ambiguous-ass T-Hawk.
And isn't goofy-ass fucking L-Blaze.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Look,
Actually,
man, there's-
Blaze is fine outside of his fucking hilarious
Guys,
voice. Like,
there's T-Zoc and there's Ramon. All right, you got those two. They're fine.
yeah, like, see, no, well, Ramon is like legit, but T-Zoc, that's sort of like, is he Latino?
No.
Is he Native American?
T-Zoc.
Oh, T-Zoc, my apologies. I thought you said T-Zoc.
The Griffin Mask.
The
Griffin Mask
Thank
is
you.
a fucking pinnacle of luchador creation,
They modeled a Pokemon after him.
right? And he is the best Pokemon.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I gotta. be
Yeah,
honest.
so how come like we got a fucking luchador character in Street Fighter 4 that has move names off a Taco Bell menu,
Thank you.
and no one's complaining? Like I'd be like, "Yo, Capcom, like, dude, look at Ramon. Look how fucking sick this character is." And instead, we got super dynamic cooking time.
You know what the really sad part is that they could have even went the Slam Masters route and just like incorporated one of those characters.
Well,
You
yeah,
could have
Sting.
put Scorpion
Or
in there.
Scorpion.
Yeah,
He's L cool.
God, who's Scorpion based off of? I forget. this.
fucking is it Tinieblas?
That one.
Yeah, I think so. That's right. That sounds right. But
Tinieblas.
and it's just sort of disappointing because, I mean, I can understand not liking character design. Totally fine. There's characters that I don't like, but it at no point really takes your enjoyment of the game away that there's a character that you don't like. Like, you can still play your character and have fun. Maybe you just don't like to play against the character. That's okay too, but that doesn't mean that other people aren't enjoying it. Like, you don't get to take away other people's possible enjoyment just because you're mad that somebody else got included. Fuck
it was
off.
up to me,
We didn't even know she was
Tekken-
coming. It's not like we voted on it.
Yeah.
It's not like they fucking canceled out my idea for a robot dinosaur character. Like, fuck.
Then I'd be pissed. I mean, hey,
Oh, they shot you
we
down.
worked hard on that.
The thing that like gets me about this, like I completely forgot that she was announced too. I forgot the vampire girl's name,
Oh God.
but that's like
Oh,
Liza.
Liza?
yeah, like people didn't complain about her. It's like what the shit?
I mean, Neil Gaff is
she's
like,
a
we're over that already. That was,
Vampire. And like I don't know if I saw this right, but and multiple people did tell me the same thing. Apparently her boobs changed size mid match.
If you like suck their blood.
What the hell?
if you suck
I
their
don't know.
blood, that's
Like okay,
interesting.
it's like what the hell? Whatever. I don't remember how she plays, to be honest with you. I don't remember seeing any gameplay footage. But design wise, like no one. I don't hear anyone complaining about that. What the
My
hell?
biggest complaint about Lucky Chloe is that she is Lily Capos, and she's made for beginners. So press and
So you're
circle
gonna
is
get
all you're
real
gonna
mad.
need again. Just hit circle. It's gonna work every time.
Uh-oh, here comes the Lily rage. I knew it.
No, it's the Eddie Tekken 3 rage. Like,
Oh,
holy
God.
shit!
Oh,
Cut it out.
That 15-year rage is just boiling over now.
Uh,
I guess it's close to 20.
I think that's probably why I stopped playing Tekken after 3. I didn't even look at tag. I'm like, forget
Tony
this.
having capo flashbacks.
Yeah, it's just left and right kick. The other dude was just hitting him over and over, and Anthony's just like, "You're just mashing. What are you even doing?" As he loses.
That dude's just like, man, I'm really good at this game. I beat everybody. And circle, circle, circle. Press every directional as possible and just only hit one button.
Tony loses, he just looks at the guy, spits on him, and is like, "There's punches there, you know."
Walks away. He's like, "We're never playing Tekken again. These games for scrubs."
And that's
Superior limb-based combat, my ass.
Plays maximum impact, guys.
They'll use one extremity.
Plays maximum impact.
Dear Harada, breakdance fighting is wrong.
Promotes a
Zoolander
negative
taught us that.
promotes a negative image of capoeira fighters. Like they win matches.
Speaking of Zoolander, when are we going to get the male model character who just does, like blue steel and you just can't move for like 30 frames?
It's been all the new male characters in Tekken for about the last 6
Miguel's gone. I need a new one.
Yeah, Miguel was actually really cool and original, and it seems like he's not in this game. What's up with that?
They just kind of
because he was
split his
cool and original?
moves.
Maybe
They
he
split his
died.
moves. They split his moves between those two other new characters. It seems like.
Oh yeah, that's right. They totally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they can fit one in with her.
And then there's that other character that Harada showed the design for, Mahmoud, remember?
Mahmoud, yeah.
Oh, Mahmoud!
Dude, you ever get him to
Forgot
pick
about
the
him.
name or not?
They better call him Mahmoud. I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Dear Harada, Tony again. I tried to come back to your game after your capos ruined my fucking experience, and the guy's not named Mahmoud? What the fuck, man?
Dear Namco, I got with Michael Murphy to play Rise of the Incarnates at EVO, and for some reason, he still wouldn't call the character Mahmoud.
I'm very concerned that you are not taking my input very seriously.
You know, I
will write you 80 more emails until I get a response.
No, I'm really hoping Tony's doing these by hand and he's writing to Namco by writing to Mr. Co.
Dear Mr. Bandai.
What's the deal with Dragon Ball's Universe? That'll be next week.
Why are Pac-Man's colors in Smash so ass?
Oh, we didn't talk about Smash. Shit.
Diddy Kong has apparently got tier. Yeah, I think that's about it.
I mean, I was going to say, I don't play Smash seriously.
Yeah, exactly. That's
bad. I think the game's fun.
Do you know how you know he's God tier? Because Two Kings playing.
I'm just saying, because like I'm still seeing, and I'm not saying I didn't expect to see this, but I'm definitely still seeing 100% Melee streams all the time.
Whatever.
Hey, folks play what they like.
They play what they like, but they know that Nintendo has said we're not supporting Melee anymore. So if you don't play it, then don't ask us to make another one.
Yeah. So I don't know. What was interesting about the NEC results though was that I believe second place was a Donkey Kong player, which had been early suspected to be a bad character, and who knows, might still be, but put in work.
Yo, my man, DK?
DK Country.
The winner played Shulk and Mario, apparently. So, yeah. Let it be known. Cheers don't mean that much.
Donkey Kong was a real gorilla.
Kind of folding back into Tekken really quickly. We don't even have any kind of real character list for the game. I would love to see Miguel come back. Hopefully he does. I'd love to see a bunch of characters come back, but I would also really like to see a smaller cast because that shit got unwieldy.
Well, that is one thing he said. He said it's going to be a smaller cast for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did say that.
Okay. So that's good. That is good. Let's see, what else we have? Later this week, on the 12th to be exact, King of Fighters 98 UM Final Edition. Steam Edition. I'm adding that last part just because it comes out on Steam. You can purchase the game right now. I believe it's 20% off if you pre-order it.
Ooh.
Obviously, no one knows what the online is like. Apparently, the people who made the Killer Instinct 2 online code for whatever the hell system it came out on are making this, and that gets a lot of mixed reviews, but people are thinking that the people who made the Killer Instinct for Xbox One, they're thinking the people who made that online code made 98 FE's code, which, no, it's not.
That doesn't even make any sense.
No, it doesn't, but that's what I'm reading from people.
You're not reading that on Steam forums, right? Because I told you not to go there anymore.
I don't read Steam forums.
Yeah, thank you.
I read stuff on Twitter, and then I shake my head and I cry every time.
You know what they call them? They call them Steam forums because they're a steaming pile of shit.
Ooh,
Got him.
damn! Thought I told you not to talk about that shit.
Yeah, so pick up the game. Reading all the stuff for it and watching a lot of videos. It's balanced better than 98 UM was, and this goes without saying. I mean, I love 98, but that game's not balanced. So it's more balanced than that. It's a fun game to play. Lucky Globber's really good. Brian's up there
Lucky
too.
Globber's really good. Are you kidding me? He's like one of the top 10 characters in the game.
Really good.
He became amazing. Like UM, he was good. And then FE came out, and it's just like, holy shit, he's dunking on everyone. Like, it's done. What a great character.
I'm just starting out with Ojo.
I just can't, play Ralph the way I normally do.
I want to get this game and I want to play it, but I have Xrd and I'm already not sleeping for that, so I'm gonna have to put that one on the back.
Hey, sleep is the cousin of death. Tim Allen said that.
I feel bad because I was really excited for Xrd.
I feel like death right now due to the lack of sleep. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, welcome to my life, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's why I actually sleep. I don't want to be like Gibby when I grow up.
Yeah, and I don't feel like death anymore. I mean, I just feel like me. I think I might be death.
Yeah, you might be death at this point.
Wow. Well, that answers so many questions I've had.
I know, right? It just hit me. That explains a lot. That explains way too much.
That explains why you live in Lancaster.
Yep, because, this is where everything comes to die.
It's the biggest
What
graveyard
better
in the
place
world.
for death to live, huh?
I thought that was the Tenderloin.
Maybe. I haven't been, and I don't plan on going.
Good man.
Actually, I guess you're not going because you're not going to Capcom Cup.
No.
But Capcom comes at the Tenderloin. Damn it.
Well,
guess I
I
gotta
mean,
go.
it's like
It's like
a block
right on top
away,
of it,
so
isn't it? Yeah.
see y'all on the TL.
Speaking of Capcom Cup, speaking of Capcom Cup, I know Hell Pockets and I are going to be there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna be there.
Walkman should be there. I don't know if Sanchez and Super FX are going. Paul mentioned earlier that he's like, no, most likely not. Watching from a couch. I mean, I don't know if he's bringing that couch to Capcom Cup.
You should.
Paul,
We ain't got no truck.
Yeah.
you don't need a truck. You can just strap to the roof of like the sedan,
We're just
the
gonna
wagon.
the clampets now. We're just strapped.
Yeah. There's a story about a man named Paul, and it's going on there. It'd be great.
Tell me you
Somehow I
don't
think
shoot
that-
holes in your backyard looking for oil? Come on.
Somehow, I think that's illegal. Not sure.
Only if you don't
Look,
find
I'm
oil.
Sure,
I'll
I'm
check out the
sure
statutes.
It's perfectly fine as long as you're wearing a seatbelt.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
I'll stretch it out from the back window.
Wait, are you saying it's illegal to shoot holes into your backyard?
No,
No.
I'm saying it's illegal to strap furniture to the.
Oh,
Oh,
I was
okay, I was
I
saying,
thought you
yeah,
had to
what the
wear a
hell?
seatbelt.
Right?
Like, I thought you were saying you had to wear a seatbelt to shoot holes in your backyard. I was like, fuck.
No.
I mean, I guess you
That's the
could.
thing. Depending on how strong the kickback of a gun is, you need to wear a seatbelt.
I hurt yourself.
It's like strap yourself to the wall or
Statute,
something.
what is it? I think 1528, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
I mean, I've never fallen over from shooting a rifle, but I'm assuming.
man, imagine how quick that your house would just get absorbed by the government if you found oil in the backyard. They'd be like, we can't pay you anything, so here's the payment for your house.
That's
It's
only
like,
if you gave Obama your guns.
It'd basically be like, oh, hey, eminent domain.
Yeah,
That's it.
pretty much immediately. Here's the blue book where I saw in your house. $100,000. Get out of here. Get out. Go.
Get the fuck out. Don't let the door kick you on the way out.
You know,
Wake
Tony,
up, grab a brush, put a little. I'm not gonna.
no, I was gonna bring up because I think you made me think right now. Don't you think that the
that's
episodes of the Beverly Hillbillies where they were in England or outside of the country kind of took away the purpose of the show, like the whole being out of their element. Like I say, taking it to
Fish
that
out of
extreme.
water ethos,
yeah.
if you will.
Yeah. It just didn't work for me.
Well, they went
I
to
think
They went to England, right? And they
Yeah,
didn't
they
meet any Cockney people or nothing.
I think they did, and that they fucking would
Were
spend
these
time at a
actual
castle.
English people, or were these Dick Van Dyke Cockney people?
It's been a while since I watched the episode, but there's the
Hello,
that one
Governor.
actress.
It was Dick Van Dyke, Cockney people.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Oh, jeez.
That's what made it so good.
We'll all
Crikey.
step in time after the show.
Wait, that's different.
Anybody got anything else?
I feel
Oh
like
wait, yeah. Tony and I were gonna fight for the voice.
You weren't here for the whole show, so I win.
Damn, got him.
Just the voice. God damn it! All right, so can we? Let me know when I stop sounding like Walkman.
Right at the end there, right at the end.
All right, good. So this is gonna be the rest of my cast.
Actually, that sounds just like
Wait,
Walkman.
did you guys talk about Street Fighter 5?
Yes, we did.
Oh, okay, because all right.
Yeah, so come out to Capcom Cup if you're in the San Francisco area and you have tickets. Come see me at Hell Pockets where we could talk. We could probably slam you through a couch. I don't know, hang out.
Damn, slam me through a couch? That's going to be pretty hard considering.
No, it's not. It's not.
The
I've
spot-
slammed people through couches before. I have slammed people through more couches than I have through tables.
Wow.
I want to slam more people through tables just to get a feel for it because slamming people through couches is good, especially newer couches because they're built like shit.
Yeah. Also,
That's
you can
true.
come eat chicken wings with us at the Crazy Horse. So
Oh yeah.
Boneless wings?
boneless wings, they're pretty legit. For a strip club.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I was like, well, tell me more. Go me.
Tell me
I don't
more.
care if the
But
food
you
is
need
good.
to try
I
the
don't-
chicken tenders. Fuck the wings.
The chicken
Well,
tenders.
Tenders are where it's at.
Okay,
Good.
boneless chicken wings aren't those in a sense chicken tenders?
I mean, really, I think they're really closely related. Maybe they're first cousins, I'd say.
I
Possibly.
think
Kiss
tender
cousins?
refers to a breast slice cut in a certain way.
Are you on Wikipedia right now?
No,
No,
I was actually on Met.
he's just eating one right now.
It's like reading the side of a box that has them chicken tenders.
Oh, I gotta ask you, Tony, how did that burrito treat you after our udon?
I was perfectly fine.
All right, cool.
That place was so good. Okay, so just quick story.
Yeah.
Quick aside. So after the game, after horrible disappointment and walking through a really long crowd to get to the BART, and smelling a whole bunch of bacon-wrapped hot dogs, we decided to go try and find some ramen. Well, that didn't work because the place was crowded, so we had to be there for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we went up the street the other way and found another Japanese food place, which was pretty good. I got the nabayaki udon, but I was still pretty hungry afterwards. We passed a burrito place on the way back. So me and Chris stopped, and he got some tacos. I got a burrito and some chips, and it was really cheap and yet delicious.
And they were humongous. The taco was huge.
Yeah, the burrito was like a foot-long burrito. I don't know. It was ridiculously huge. So I ate that, and then we went and got ice cream afterwards. I'm like, I probably shouldn't eat this. I'm pretty full. Fuck it. Let's go.
You're like, our season's over. It's time to treat myself.
Exactly. I'm like,
See, and just so you guys know, this is what really upsets me about all this. I was supposed to be there. Walkman wasn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it, and I give Walkman my spot.
Damn,
I could have had that burrito.
You could have had
I
the
could have
foot-long
had
burrito
that ice cream.
in your mouth.
You're
It
not
was
allowed to have
fun,
fun, don't you know that?
It was like with like nitrogen or something, so it created very tiny bubbles, so it was a more light and creamy experience, but yet it didn't melt.
I just have a confession to
Flavor
make.
was it?
Oh,
I got
ice cream?
mint chip.
Okay.
Yeah, mint chip.
I got the vanilla with the Cinnabon shortbread.
Wait, was that like mint chip in a cone or a cup?
I got a waffle cone.
I got in the cup. But I have a
like how you're
confession to make.
trying to affect the voice.
I'm not gonna lose it. Tony won.
All right, I think we're done here after the food story.
My food story's not done. I kept eating when I got home.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you
So pretty much,
and you kept drinking, but we know where those stories go. Shit on the walls.
Almost.
Anyway,
I ate all of that, and surprisingly, it didn't destroy me, and I still was okay. I'm thinking I'm on that Gibby level of, endless vortex black hole that's going.
Look, man, I ate 3 whole pizzas in 2 days. I ate a good chunk of Popeyes. I ate.
You know what I
Also,
think? It
This
was?
is like the best Hanzo story ever.
You're not on my level, man. You're not on my
No,
level.
I'm not. But I think the thing was that it was the emptiness after the game that I was just trying to fill. So the smile was mostly superficial at that point.
Wait, hold on.
are you trying to tell me you lost your smile?
Tony, did the waffle cone come with like a wrapper?
No, it was
Oh.
freshly made every day.
Okay.
I like getting the waffle cones that come with wrappers. Like, I really like it when my waffle cone comes with some exhibit. It's really good.
Mhm. Yeah.
I hate it when it's just plain and
It's
bland.
also really important to throw those wrappers into the Kaepernick when you're done with them.
Oh,
All right,
The
we're done.
Kaepernick
We're
is the
done.
best
We're
place
done.
to throw all your trash.
We're done.
All right, we're done here. We've gone over, and we didn't even go over for a real reason. Thanks everybody for listening to Super Desperation Radio. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and from all of us here, good night and good luck.